We got Other Half, Green City, Double Dry Hopped IPA, 7% alcohol, 1 pint. And let's take a look at this label. It's got this like green and black vibe going on. Nice and cold, just pulled it out of the fridge. This, of course, I believe is a hazy. I suppose we'll find out. I'm gonna crack it open, perhaps. There we go. I was gonna say, maybe if I had some nails. Let's get a look at the color on this bad boy. Oh yeah, she's a hazy. A nice lazy glow here. Yellow. Smells nice. It has like a nice light citrus. Yeah. Got my Cowiche Creek glass with the kind of illustration of the hop vines. Cowiche Creek Brewing Company. That's another local one. They're kind of out in a rural area where you could kind of, they're surrounded by, you know, hop farms and other agriculture. We are going to be having a mandel lit in the background. This one is in the Zaharoff scent. Let's go ahead and just flick the Colibri lighter there and get her going. The Zaharoff scent, of course, is a smash hit. Everybody seemed to enjoy the Zaharoff signature Borom scent. We are going to be using some Big Dude Barbus today. Master Barbus, he likes to call me Master Beer, Master Beard, and Master Beer, the beverage. He's a huge supporter of the community. I was going to use this in my travel shave today, but I'm back at home. The air quality from all the smoke of these wildfires up and down the West Coast, the town was shut down. Pretty much our whole route home was going to be shut down. Restaurants, breweries, other places. So we just fucking cut our losses, went home early. So we're back home now, pretty much unpacked. We're going to be using a new Shavette to the den. This one comes from the Irving Barber Company. It comes in a nice little leather or pleather pouch. And I'll open it up for you. Kind of has this trifold thing going on with these little leather flaps. And then these elastic bands to hold it in. So I'll pull that out. I do have a blade loaded. This one is in the kind of maroon Merlot scales, whatever you want to call it. They have a nice like velvet feel to them. Like a satin type feel to it. It's very nice. And it does have like a nice looking kind of like chrome finish. And of course they got their logo on the nut there. So, very nice. I have a Schick Proline P30 blade loaded up into this. I'm not entirely sure if I'm allowed to do that, to be very honest. I believe it would take, too much time to show you guys. Maybe in another video I'll show you kind of like the full assembly and whatnot. But there's like a 3-post. I actually showed it in my mail call. There's a 3-post system to accept a range of different blades. But I noticed the Schick blades and the Artist Club blade, the Schick Proline P20 and the P30, both their cutouts were too small to fit the posts. But I noticed when I put it underneath the posts, the blade poked out as if it was like designed to poke out. You know what I mean? It just poked out the bottom ever so slightly. And then there's a magnet backing. So I'm assuming we're going to be all right. Hopefully the blade doesn't slide around or anything. I have some Barbus loaded up into my bowl here, my Lancaster bowl. And we're just going to see how this goes, and if we need to call an audible, switch blades to a DE or something, we will. Anyhow, this was supposed to be my Sunday travel shave with the Barbus Sport. And so we're going to get into that, whether we're back at home or not. So I'm using my Brochus El Druida. This was gifted to me by Jack. Oh, damn, that's a nice shot. It has a Turn and Shave V3 badger on it. I wrung it out, and let's get to lathering. I have used the Barbus Sport before. This was generously given to me by the Canabler, Ken, from Shave 326. And he sent this to me when the Big Dude Barbus tag was going around. And he sent it with a bunch of other goodies, which I'm super appreciative of. And I got a use of it, and it did a good job. And the Barbus dude has been very supportive of my videos, even though I've only used it the one and only time. Big Dude Barbus, or Master Barbus as I call him sometimes, he's always, you know, good vibes, friendly in the comments, no matter if you're using his products or not, and I just think that's fucking awesome. So, cheers to you, Master Barbus. So we are definitely going to give this a shot, and honestly, I need to look into picking up some more of his products, because he has shown me support, and I know for a fact that his product is decent, so I think he's earned it, you know what I mean? I'll look into his catalog. Before we get going here, I'm going to throw some Stirling Mentholated Preshave. Why the hell not, right? I probably should throw a couple pumps of menthol crystals in there too, from the Bougie Chill Mill. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple pumps just for the hell of it. I'll put my brush to the side. We got the Bougie Chill Mill that I picked up off Amazon from Gourmet. It's pretty good. Gourmet on Amazon. Salt and pepper shakers. They had other colors available. I think they had like an all stainless steel. They had a black, a red. That might be it, but I'm unsure. Okay, I think that's incorporated. Let's try to wet the end of this and get some of this incorporated. And then we'll get on to the damn shave. So, I always like using this Mentholated Preshave when I remember to. A lot of times I set it out and I forget once I get to talking. A lot of times there's so many things on my you know, vanity here that I lose track of what of what I'm using. So, but I like that Stirling Mentholated Preshave. It gives a nice base layer to work with. Kind of like IAMCDB says, if nothing else, it's a lather booster. And I don't see any problem with that. To me, the main benefit to me is it just provides that kind of very entry level, mild menthol chill. And I really do get a lot of enjoyment out of that. Now, of course, when you put like 8 to 10 pumps of menthol crystals as well. We're upping the ante, but porque no los dos, if I'm saying that correctly. Why not both? Right? The more the merrier. I'm going to actually paint in just a little bit more water because I feel like it can take it. And surprisingly, the Barbus is making quite the nice looking lather here. I mean, I'm using a natural hair brush. It's not, I wouldn't say this brush has had enough uses to be broken in, so to speak. It's just fucking, it could potentially still be a lather hog, potentially. I'm gonna set the leather case to the side, free up some space here. So here we go. Let's see how we do with this. I guess other than the wet hair shaper, which I've only got one use on, this would be my first Shavette experience. Again, I don't know if I mentioned it on this video. I think I mentioned it on my mail call video. I first saw this Irving Barber Company Shavette on the Barely Normal Wet Shaver, Doug Bear. I saw him using it. He had some pretty high praise about it. And at the time, I was, you know, sort of in the market for my first Shavette. I didn't have a WEC yet, and I was, you know, interested in some Shavette options. So, naturally, when somebody speaks pretty highly of something that I'm directly in the market for, you know, it kind of piqued my interest. So I'll go ahead and put that to the side, switch hands here. So far, so good. I definitely saw some hairs. I don't think the blade has shifted, so that's good. The scent on the Barbus board, I've talked about it on the first video that I used with it. It's nothing to write home about, but it's pleasant. You know what I mean? The tube form factor, as some of my colleagues have mentioned, is like ideal for traveling. Very, very nice. It feels pretty smooth, like very approachable. I'm kind of concerned about that bolt. Like, hopefully it's rust resistant. I'm just kind of like running it kind of the opposite direction of the blade to get some of that lather away from it. Yeah, but hopefully that bolt is kind of rust resistant or whatever, because you can see the lather directly getting in there. Kind of concerning. But I suppose the bolt is somewhat integral to their, you know, multi-blade platform. So we'll let it slide. Hopefully they took the moisture getting into the threads and whatnot be into consideration. So pretty smooth first pass. The Barbus provided plenty of slickness. The IBC Shavette was very smooth with the P30 blade. I am a fan of the Artist Club Schick P30. I am a fan of that blade. It is nice. I use it in my Blackland Vector pretty frequently. The menthol level is kind of like medium low. You know what I mean? It's above low, but nothing nothing crazy. Let's go ahead and get some more of this on here. Maybe this second application will kick it up a notch. So I know there are a variety of other Barbus offerings. I know this here's a cream in a tube form. I think he offers a soap. I think he has a Barbus like active, which apparently is different than Barbus Sport. And hopefully I'm getting all these correct, but I've seen a few different variants out in the wild, so there are choices to choose from. Yeah, I can feel the menthol picking up a bit, but I still wouldn't say it has reached like medium yet. For me, anyways. It's kind of funny. I always get like, if I'm gonna get an itch, it's gonna be like right outside where the lather is. You guys ever notice that? You ever get an itch when you got lather on your face? And it's never under the lather. It's always like right past the line of the lather. At least for me. Okay, here we go. One thing to take into consideration is like right here, where I believe this is called the shoulder, the blade doesn't actually, you know, come into play for like another few millimeters. So you kind of gotta like take your mind away from the straight razor and actually think of like where the actual end of the blade is. Rather than like where the end of the blade holder is. We'll just flip this around. Very, 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 very smooth. I can see why Mr. Doug Bear really did speak highly of it, because it's definitely a good feeling razor. Or I should say Shavette. Alright, get that lather off my hands, turn it around. I'm really thrilled with the lather I made with this Barbus Sport. Like, this is a very impressive lather, at least to me, like, considering where my expectations were. And where they kind of ended up, this lather was nice. Like, I guess I should show the other side. Like no bubbles, no troubles, man. That's like, that's a fairly dense lather there. Okay. Guess I'll do a more thorough cleanup afterwards. But yeah, the scales, the whole thing has a nice balance to it. This thing isn't loose. It's very sturdy. It swings freely in the hinges. The scales, like I said, they got a nice balance. They are a little bit weird shape-wise, but I didn't find it hindering whatsoever. Yeah, it was a really nice first run with it. Really, no complaints. I don't think the blade shifted the entire time, which is a good sign. Those magnets, along with the like little bolt or nut, whatever you want to call it, it seems like it held it in place, along with the blade stops underneath that served as kind of like a backstop, so the blade couldn't go further up into the holder because the blade stops were there on the spine of the blade. So I think with all those parts working together, even though the like blade posts didn't fit the cutouts on the blade, I think those other three pieces kind of working in tandem actually held the blade in place, which is good because now I think I can revisit the Schick, you know, supply blades and the Chinese Chicks and the Schick Proline B20 blades, and see if I get the same experience, you know, with the blade not moving, even though it doesn't fit inside the blade posts. Hopefully those other, you know, variables do hold it in place tightly as you shave, like it did in this one. So that was a very nice shave. I think I left unscathed. Feels pretty close to me. Pretty close, pretty comfy. I don't feel any like obvious irritation. I'm going to be using some PAA aftershave for sample Sunday. I didn't use a sample soap, but I'm going to use a sample aftershave. Damn. And that lather crept deep into my beard this time. This is the kind of lather that ends up staying in my beard for 6 months. Like So Sharp David used to tell me. Alright, let's just move on. I'll get the remainder of the lather later. So, Awesome Sauce. PAA's Awesome Sauce. This was a recent release that is supposed to be a recreation of Parasso Green Aftershave specifically. I suppose, I've never used Parasso Green or the Parasso Green Aftershave. I suppose they have a different scent. And everybody, or most people, seem to enjoy the aftershave more than the shaving soap. And so Chris Bailey proclaims that he spearheaded the, you know, somebody make a Parasso Green aftershave shaving soap for us, you know, an Artisan, and PAA rose to the call. So I do like these little vials. I find they kind of have a vacuum to them, so I usually get about 50% of it, and I can get 2 uses out of it. So that's what we're going to try to do here. Swash it around the hands. Get kind of the residual on the cheeks. And this is nice. Holy shit, I just I took a big breath when it was near my nose. and it had like this invigorating kick. I think it's mentholated. I can't tell because I already got some menthol going on. I want to say it is mentholated because I believe there's like an increase happening. Like I feel like I'm moving from that medium low to medium now. Yeah, there has to be menthol in this. I do enjoy the smell. It is very refreshing. Very nice. Okay, so awesome sauce indeed. I'm going to go ahead and cap that off so I don't accidentally bump it. But it looks like I got about 50%. I'm getting really good with those little vials. Okay, looks like we've went long on this one, so I'm going to do a quick wrap up. Barbus Sport. Absolutely good stuff. I'm going to be looking into more Barbus soon. The IBC Irving Barber Company Shavette with a Schick Proline P30 Artist Club blade in it. Performed fantastic on this first run. I really did like it. Doug Bear gave me the recommendation, or at least he gave me the idea for buying it. The gift from Jack, the Brochus El Druida, with the Turn and Shave V3 Badger Knot. I've been enjoying the hell out of this fucking thing. I mean, really enjoying it. My Lancaster bowl, as always. Fucking love that thing. Lancaster towel. Let's get the peasant towel out of here. That's my hand towel. This is my face towel. The Bougie Chill Mill. And the awesome sauce. And the Mentholated Preshave. Okay. I think that's it, guys. We'll finish where we started with the beer, as always. Sorry for it going long, but it is what it is. Cheers, fellas. Have a good upcoming week.